welcome back to my channel. So this is the fourth class of reproduction chapter. Already we have covered 3 class of it. If you haven't seen, then kindly go and watch that video. Okay. So आज मैं आपको बताऊंगी, actually already we have covered asexual reproduction. ठीक है. तो मैं आज आपको एसेक्सुअल एंड सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन की जो बेसिक डिफरेंस है वो मैं आपको बताऊंगी. फिर हम प्रोसेस को देखेंगे कि सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन में क्या क्या प्रोसेस होता है, उस सबको हम डील करेंगे. पहले हम डिफरेंस को देखेंगे, उसके बाद हम प्रोसेस को देखेंगे. ठीक है. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट द बेसिक डिफरेंस बिटवीन एसेक्सुअल एंड सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. यू नो, in asexual reproduction, only single parent is involved. But in case of sexual reproduction, 2 parents are involved. So here we can write, in asexual reproduction, single parent is involved to produce new organism. But in case of sexual reproduction, 2 parents are involved. 2 parents are involved. 2 parents means one is male, second one is female. 2 parents means male plus female. So 2 parents are involved to produce what? To produce new organism. As here you can see asexual reproduction. A means absent. So here you can say in asexual reproduction there is no involvement of any sex gamete. Okay, but in case of sexual reproduction there is involvement of sex gamete. It is one is male gamete, second one is female gamete. So second point we can write, there is no involvement of any sex organ, or you can say there is no involvement of any sex gamete. But here sex gamete or sex organs are involved. So here you can say sex organs are involved. Clear? So in third point, in asexual reproduction what happened, the newly produced organisms are completely identical to their parents, so there is no variation. But in case of sexual reproduction what happened, the newly produced organisms are not identical to their parents. So here you can see genetic makeup, here you can see variation. Okay. So the third point is new organisms are completely identical to their parents. So here you can see there is no variation. So in bracket you can write no variation. But in case of sexual reproduction, newly produced organisms are not identical to their parents. So here variation occur. Okay. So variation occur. Next point. In case of asexual reproduction, any vegetative part such as root, stem, leaf, they can produce new organism. But in case of sexual reproduction, there is no role of any vegetative part. Only new organism can produce only after the fusion of male and female gamete. Okay. So any vegetative part of a plant can produce new organism. But in case of sexual reproduction, what happened? There is there is no role of vegetative part. And you know what are vegetative parts? Vegetative parts are stem, leaf, root. Okay. The last point. So in case of asexual reproduction, what happened? It is such a very quick and rapid process. Within some time, you can get a new organism by following asexual reproduction. But in case of sexual reproduction, what happened? It's a very lengthy and very complicated process in compared to what? Asexual reproduction. So the last point is it's a quick and rapid process. And here you can write it's very slow. It's a very slow and complicated process. Okay. So this is asexual reproduction and this is sexual reproduction. So asexual reproduction की जो examples है, here you can write the examples like potato tuber, ginger, onion, garlic. Okay, those following asexual reproduction. In case of Hibiscus roja sinensis, it is a China rose. It can produce asexual. You can see that any part of especially stem. Okay, if you are cutting any stem of that plant, that parent plant, and you are putting that plant in soil, then you within some time are getting a new organism. Okay, so that is the example of what? Asexual reproduction. So here you can write example like potato, ginger, onion, and what? China rose. They are following asexual reproduction. But in case of sexual reproduction, mango, jackfruit, rice, it is. So a plant can produce a new organism by following both sexual and asexual reproduction. But these plants are mainly following asexual reproduction and these plants are mainly following sexual reproduction. So that was the basic difference between asexual and sexual reproduction. Now we can see the process of sexual reproduction. Okay. So now we are going to discuss about the process of sexual reproduction. As you know, there are many events that take place during the process of sexual reproduction. So let's start it one by one. Okay. So the first point is microsporogenesis. So the meaning of this term is hidden here. Let's reveal it. So the first thing is genesis. Genesis means what? Genesis means to produce. So what will produce? Microspore will produce. So the process in which microspore is produced from the microspore mother cell, that process is known as microsporogenesis. Who will produce? A mother will produce. As we are talking about microspore, so the parent will be microspore mother cell. Okay. So in this process, what happened? Microspore will produce from microspore mother cell. From microspore mother cell. Okay. Next to microsporogenesis, next event is microgametogenesis. In sexual reproduction, there is a trick. If we are putting micro means small, and here we are discussing about the micro means male, okay, and mega means female. So microgametogenesis means to produce. Who will produce? Microgamete will produce. Microgametes means simply we can say male gamete will produce. So in this process, male gamete will produce from microspore. From microspore. Male gamete, microspore, monospore. These are the main terms. Okay. So after microgametogenesis, another event will take place that is known as pollination. It's a very important process. Pollination. What is pollination? Pollination means the transfer of male gamete, or you can say microspore, from anther to stigma. You know, anther is a part of stamen and stigma is a part of carpel. It is female. Okay, female part. So detail we will discuss in pollination class, but now only you should know that the basic meaning of pollination, it is the transfer of what? Transfer of male gamete, or you can say microspore, from anther to stigma. In case of, you can see, it may be occur in single plant or it may be occur in two plant. Okay, so that is pollination. Transfer of microspore, it is pollen grain. Pollen grain is otherwise known as microspore. Okay, microspore means pollen grain. So transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. Okay. Next, after pollination, what happened? Female gamete, or you can say female spore, that is megaspore, will produce. After megaspore formation, female gamete will produce. So first one is megasporogenesis. Like microsporogenesis, megasporogenesis means what? Genesis means to produce. Who will produce? Megaspore will produce. So here we can write megaspore will produce from megaspore mother cell. Clear? After megasporogenesis, who will produce? Megagametogenesis. Means megagamete means what? Female gamete. Mega means large, and here mega means what? Female. Okay. So megagametogenesis means what? Female gamete will produce from megaspore. Why female gamete, or you can say why female is known as megaspore? Why? Because the size of female sex organ is quite large in comparison to male. Okay, male size is very small. That's why we are using microtome, and as you know, mega means large and female size is very large. That's why we are using mega for female. Okay, so female gamete will produce from what? Megaspore. So microsporogenesis, microgametogenesis, pollination, megasporogenesis, megagametogenesis, already finished. So after the formation of micro and megaspore, what will happen? After the formation of microgamete, that is male gamete and female gamete, what will happen? They will get fused. Okay, and that fusion is known as what? Fertilization. So next point is fertilization. Fertilization is simply fusion of male and female gamete. Okay, here male gamete is there and here female gamete. They will get fused, and that process is known as fertilization. After fertilization, who will produce? After fertilization, zygote will produce. After zygote formation, embryo will produce. So the formation of embryo is very important because that embryo will give rise new plant. Okay. So after fertilization, there is another event takes place that is known as embryogenesis. Simply genesis means to produce. Who will produce? Embryo will produce. So in this process what happened? Embryo will produce from zygote. Embryo will produce from zygote. Okay. As you know that embryo is the future plant. Okay. So for the growth and development of embryo, it needs some food, some nutrition, and that food and nutrition will be provided by another thing that is known as endosperm. Okay. So inside seed, along with embryo, another thing is produced. That thing is known as endosperm. Okay. So the last process of sexual reproduction is formation of endosperm. So these are the basic terms of the process of sexual reproduction. In next class, we are going to discuss all these processes one by one. Okay, and thank you. Bye bye.